everybody, Emily here. Thanks for being here. This is my YouTube channel. This is No Expert. You're here. Today we have a guest. Yay, we love guests. She's one of my very good friends. She's my co-host on the Witchcast podcast. She is a comedian and director. Please welcome my friend and now yours, Kate Moran. Yay!
Hi!
Hey!
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here.
I'm truly honored to be in the No Expert kitchen.
Oh, I'm so excited. Friends, this is Kate. Kate, this is Friends.
Hi, friends. Nice to meet you.
So today we're going to be making something that you love and that you recommended for us to do.
Yeah, it's probably my all-time favorite Korean dish. It's definitely one of my favorite comfort foods. It's tteokbokki. It's spicy rice cakes. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have a bunch of different versions of it that we're going to do, basically. We're kind of doing like a mini three levels. It's not 4 levels. There's no scientist. Right. There's also no one who is an expert.
At all.
Just us. But we are doing 3 different levels of tteokbokki.
I'm really excited, too, because 2 out of these 3 versions I've never done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have an instant version. We have Kate's usual version that she makes at home.
Mm-hmm. Semi-homemade, semi-lazy.
Yeah, and then we're going to try making our own from scratch. Want to get to it?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get started.
Let's do it. Alright, so tteokbokki number 1. We have this Ottogi snack shop rice tteokbokki that I got online. Actually, when I ordered the Korean ketchup that we used in the ketchup tasting video. So I still have this, and I haven't used it yet, and I thought this would be fun. So we're going to try it out.
Yeah, I've never tried tteokbokki like out of a package like that, but the ingredients look good. I bet you it tastes great.
Alright, let's see what's in here.
So they feel like regular rice cakes. I wonder what makes them shelf stable.
Maybe it's whatever this little packet is that says do not eat. Or the ingredient spirits.
I think it's the spirits.
Yeah, so the ingredients of the rice cake from the back are rice, salt, and spirits.
Ooh. Ghost rice cakes.
Okay, so the instructions are we have to rinse these, just rinse them, and then drain it. And then we're going to put everything in the pan and boil it. And then it should be ready in like 5 to 6 minutes.
Super easy.
Super easy. Alright, so we got our spicy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Should we have both? We're gonna have both?
Oh, yeah.
Blood. Good.
Alright, and here are our little...
Oh, how cute! They look like little,
They look like...
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
They do. They do look like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Alright, okay, so we got everything in here, and we're gonna just bring it up to a boil.
I feel like my favorite part about tteokbokki is the chewy rice cake. That's what's most... And then, of course, the spicy seasonings, but, like, I just love the chew.
Yeah, me too. The first time I had that was in army stew, and I got one of the rice cakes, and I was like, oh shit, what was that? That was so good.
It's like mashed potatoes, but denser.
It's
like French
chewy.
fries. It's like noodles.
Alright, so it's getting a little sticky, so we're just going to add a little bit more water. But it looks and smells good, right?
Yeah, it looks like real tteokbokki. I can't stop staring at it. It's so pretty and glossy. And the fish cakes look good too. They're like nice and thin.
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought they would
not
get
too thick
bigger from the picture, but like...
But it's nice because I honestly... That's why I typically omit fish cakes in mine because they're just so big and like... I don't know. They're big mouthfuls.
Alright, let's do this thing. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that at all.
The sauce is like a little more cloy, not sweet, but like it's like a thick syrupy kind of sauce.
Yeah, which might be because I reduced it a lot too by accident. But...
I mean, that's okay though. But the flavor's really good. The rice cakes are really good. They're very soft and chewy.
I just tried a little piece of the fish and it's very tasty also.
Oh, I want to try that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm impressed, honestly.
I would demolish this easily.
Yeah, this would make a great like weekday lunch too.
Good fish cake. Yeah. 2 thumbs up for me.
All right, you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
More tteokbokki.
And this is sort of like how you do it at home, right?
Right. This is like my kind of modification. It's actually like I'm inspired by a recipe from Mongchi, but then I cut out. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, highly recommend Mongchi if you're not already watching her.
Hi, Mongchi. But I modified it a bit to suit my laziness.
We love that.
Yeah. So it's really simple, and it's like a great thing to whip up if you have company coming over last minute and you just need to make something, or you want like a nice weeknight dinner that's warm and comforting. this is what I recommend.
This is the way?
Yeah, this is the way.
So what do we have here? We have
rice cakes that you can buy in any Asian mart. I got these from my local Asian grocery store. They have them in the refrigerated/frozen section.
Yeah, and we soaked these.
Yes. Soaking them ahead of time, I think, kind of helps shorten the cooking process. If I don't rinse them ahead of time, I just put them right in the soup, in the stock, and like just let it cook longer before I add the other ingredients. You just want to get that same chewy, soft end texture.
All right, I'm into it.
We have some sugar for the sauce, which we'll talk about, some green onions, and some stock. Mm-hmm. So this is where I differ from Mongchi, because Mongchi likes to make her own stock using kelp and anchovies, and I don't. So I just don't want to deal with having to clean out the guts of anchovies personally. Mm. So I just tend to use whatever stock I have in the house. And then some water, though, to help thin it out. And then we also have the star of the show, besides the rice cakes, is the gochujang. And this is hot pepper paste. Again, you can find in any Asian mart usually. And then gochugaru, which is the hot pepper flakes.
Yeah.
As the spice.
So the first thing we have to do is we're going to make a paste. Mm-hmm. We're going to combine our gochugaru, gochujang, and sugar, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, you kind of just mix them together. And so this is where you can, I think, modify it, because tteokbokki is like it's a very like kind of spicy, savory, warm, comforting, like homey dish, peasant dish, I guess you call it, street food. But it's super flexible, and it's totally like however you like it and how you want to make it. So if you're not super into spiciness, you can add less gochujang and less gochugaru, but we both like spice.
Yeah,
so
we like to go ham.
Yeah. Let's go all in. I like to add about 1/3 cup of the hot pepper paste, and then a tablespoon or so of the pepper flakes.
Cool.
And then Mongchi calls for a tablespoon of sugar. And here's what I've recently realized, Em, is that like Korean food is really good, right? Mm-hmm. It's because there's sugar in it. There's literally sugar in like every Korean dish. Just like a tablespoon, but like every dish I feel like calls for it. So I have been trying to cut back on my sugar, so I'll usually just do like a pinch or so.
Cool. I'm into that.
Yeah.
So we're going to do our sauce side of things for both the second and third level right now, because we don't have two different versions. That part is just going to stay the same.
We'll do 2 tablespoons then, since we're doing 2 batches worth.
Yeah.
Okay, and then a little bit of sugar.
All right.
Just a spoonful of sugar.
So you were saying that you went to like a tteokbokki land?
Yes. So in Seoul, in Korea, they have a tteokbokki like village. It's like, you know how in New York we have Soho and Tribeca and like Koreatown? Well, they have Tteokbokki Town.
Wow.
And the whole area is filled with restaurants that specialize in tteokbokki.
Oh my gosh.
We went and ate there, me and my family, and like it was so good. And they have these little like figurines on the street, like these statues of little fish cakes and rice cakes and tteokbokki ingredients that you can take pictures with, like these little cartoons.
That's awesome.
Yeah, highly recommend if you're ever in Seoul.
All right, so our sauce, our paste is done. Mm-hmm. Ready to move on to cooking. Yeah.
We're doing it. I mean, you want enough that's going to cover the rice cakes and let them, because that's what's going to have, that's what they're soaking up. That's the flavor, that's the liquid, that's going to make them nice and soft and chewy.
Is this good?
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Can always add more.
Right. Cut it with some water just to give you a bit more bulk. We want to put the paste in next.
Okay.
We want to mix that all up as it heats up. This is really hard to mess up.
It's easy for even those of us who are no expert. Gently do this because I don't want to splash it everywhere.
Yeah. And then you're just going to want to let this kind of simmer for a while.
Yeah, how long do they take to cook usually?
Honestly, I never really time it. I just kind of know. So yeah, what you're looking for is like soft rice cakes that kind of you can pierce easily with a fork, and the nice gloss. It'll become glossy, and the sauce will have reduced down.
All right, so we'll just throw some time at this. So this looks amazing. We're going to add our egg.
Yes.
And our scallions.
Dump them in. Yeah, so I like to add hard-boiled eggs in whole, so that way you don't lose the yolk. And then it's a really nice presentation if you want to cut them down lengthwise when you serve. And
this looks so good.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, it does. And then, like I said, I like to add the green onions a little later just because I don't want them to... I like a little crunch, and I don't want them to totally lose their shape in the cooking process.
This looks great. Should
This
we
looks so
serve it
good.
up? Is it
Yeah.
ready? Would you say good to go?
Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah, let's eat. Beautiful.
All right, cool. You want to taste this?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that pepper hits that back of your throat.
It's really good. It's definitely like a slightly different texture than the instant one. Like it's a little like softer, chewier.
Yeah.
It is definitely spicier.
It is.
In a good way.
It definitely has more spice.
This one definitely, especially with like the chicken stock too, I feel like has like more of a homemade taste in a good way. Like where it tastes more like you can taste the ingredients a little more.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I do taste the
sweet.
chicken.
Yeah.
The egg also, I think, really is great.
Yeah, and the egg is brilliant.
They're so soft. I'm so hot. Oh, burning me.
Oh no.
I've tried to eat it 3 times now. I'm so sorry for your viewers.
Should we keep going?
I think we should move on.
Round 3! Round 3! Round 3! Alright, so the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna try and make like a super extra version of tteokbokki. Now, you've never done this before, I've never done this before. We were attempting to level up in this moment. So we're gonna make our own tteokbokki from scratch.
Yeah, and we're making our own rice cakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have 2 cups, roughly, of rice flour here, a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of cornstarch. And to this we're going to add a 1/4 cup of boiling water, which we have going on back here. Boiling water. We're just going to mix that up.
Clumpy.
And do another 1/4 cup. I think this looks dry.
It's starting to kind of maybe come together.
Sorry, I'm just putting my hands through here. They're clean.
That's fine. So, in Korea, they have a term for like hand flavor, like when things are made by hand. It's called somnat, and so everything's better when it's made by hand.
Okay.
I mean, follow safety protocols and all that. I would just pour the rest of the water in there, and we'll get some more water boiling. Let's just keep trying. Let's go until we fully fail.
Yeah. Should we just try microwave again?
Yeah. Well, not in this metal bowl, but yeah. Let's see.
Yeah. This is starting to look a little more like.
I still have faith.
I'm so glad that you got to be here for like what I would describe as a classic episode.
Yeah.
In that it's one where I am maybe wrong about something.
Microwave 2 minutes, mix it, recover, cook another 2 minutes.
Cool.
That's what Mongchi says. Okay.
Should I add a little more water or is that full?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's live dangerously.
It does smell like rice.
Mm-hmm.
It smells nice.
Mm-hmm. It smells very comforting. I love the smell of hot rice.
Okay, so we removed it from the microwave and have now made a little pile. It's still pretty crumbly, but we're gonna just move on to the next step and see what happens.
It's starting to look kind of like a dough.
Yeah, so the first thing we're supposed to do is like knead it. It's very hot, which is why I'm using gloves. I mean, it's kind of working, right? Or am I just being like excessively
Yeah, it's got some
optimistic?
spring and to it. Already looks chewy.
Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
It looks like it. I think we've done it.
I don't want to like get ahead of ourselves, but it does, like, I don't know if you can see this, but it does look like a rice cake.
I'm an optimist and I think we've killed it.
All right, dope.
So you just like roll it out.
Yeah, I was just gonna like. All right, I think this actually pretty much worked. We made rice cakes. We made
cakes.
tteokbokki, and we just we rubbed them with sesame oil because that's what it said to do. Cut them down like this. I think they look about right. I'm actually pretty excited about this.
Yeah, I'm excited to try them. They look good.
Yeah. So we've already got our chicken broth and gochujang paste in here, and we're just gonna add some of this anchovy like concentrate. just to give it a little extra umami.
Little funk, a little flavor, little salt.
Yeah, perfect for our level 3 next level up
Yes.
version.
I think so. Why not?
I can't believe I really didn't think that this was going to work out, and I feel like these actually look very legitimate.
They look really good. I'm really proud of us. I just want to say I believed in us from the start. I want to go on record.
But this is coming up to a simmer. And as you can see, we're using the wok behind us instead of our little front electric burner because we have a lot more stuff going on for this most extra of versions. So as well as our handmade rice cakes, we have our more eggs and also hot dogs and ramen for this one.
Yes.
And again, more scallion.
Yeah.
Ooh, and I have sesame seeds I meant to put on too.
Ooh, nice. I love a good sprinkle of sesame seeds.
All right, so I'm going to put, I guess, everything in at once here, right?
Yeah, I think because the rice cakes are fresh and ramen only takes like a couple minutes, to soften. I think it all can kind of just go in.
Go all in.
Yeah.
All right, so. It's a big old
splash.
All right, hot dogs.
Love hot dogs. I think
Love
you
hot
can
dogs.
do Spam or like, it's kind of like a Buddha jjigae kind of army stew type of feel too, Just throw a bunch of shit in. It's like the door in Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
It all will fit.
Oh, and I'll put the eggs in too.
Yeah, I think you could put the scallions in too, honestly. I think it all could go.
All right.
Why not?
All right, we have plated our level 3 tteokbokki. Oh man, that looks so good.
It looks really good.
I'm really excited to dig into that.
I do think this is a true level 3.
Mm-hmm. Let's start with trying this,
okay.
And then we can talk about how they all compare.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm so excited. I
really just want to dig in.
I want to try and get it
Oh.
Yeah? No?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want to hear your thoughts, but I think it's good. It's different.
Mm-hmm. It has a texture to it.
Mm-hmm. It's like, it is soft.
Right. It's not like pillow soft like these were.
Mm-hmm. It's got more chew, I feel like.
It's still really good though.
Yeah, I think it's good.
It kind of tastes like almost like, it reminds me a little bit like potato, like gnocchi.
Yeah, a little more like gnocchi, yeah. I agree. And that might just be that our technique is still a little lacking.
Yeah, we might have messed it up.
But I think it tastes good.
I like it. It's still good.
I'm really happy with that, honestly.
The hot dog edition, I think, was like...
Yeah. I want to, try them next to each other. Okay. We have them all lined up, so I'm going to eat this, and then I'm going to eat one of these, and then I'm going to eat one of these, and just see how they all compare.
Okay. Level 2.
Yeah, the texture definitely is better.
Yeah. It's just different. It's a gooier. If that makes sense.
It's, smoother.
Smoother. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably just buy these if I had the option.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
it's just
but
a lot of work.
I would do the dress up of this one.
Right, I would do the store-bought rice cakes with everything we did with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, old friend. It's still really good.
I know. Honestly,
this one's sweeter.
Yeah, this one's
This one
definitely
almost
sweeter.
tastes more ketchup-y to me.
Yeah. Should we just mix them all together?
We should mix them all together.
All right, so all of these are delicious. Sweet, salty, spicy, various levels of creamy, various levels of spicy, various levels of sweet, but really delicious and super hearty and it feels like that sort of comforting, you want to watch a movie and sit on the couch and just have a nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you could eat it anywhere, but I feel like that's its wheelhouse. It's it's a rainy day today.
Yes.
I'm totally gonna watch a movie after this.
Yeah.
I'm really glad to have these.
Yeah.
Those were our 3 levels of tteokbokki. We're gonna go eat all of them.
All of it.
Thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to give this video a like if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, and I think that you should.
Me too.
And we'll see you next time. I'll catch up with you later. All right. Whoa.
I'm so glad the cap was on.
And sometimes